Hello, basketball fans. You've got it. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wing. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5, down low. Now here's Schroeder, outside for Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. Schroeder with the ball, outguarded by Giannis, and there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Schroeder, and you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Here's James, good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Now for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes?
Kev, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think it's really about the personnel and the personalities of the guys on that roster. And really, the front office should play a big role in that as well. But it's a hard call. You got to believe enough in those young guys to say, hey, that's our future. We're going in that direction. But you still got to also take care of your veteran guys who are kind of setting the table for your future.
I like the intensity from James, using his speed to knife toward the rim.
Middleton outside, and it's Lopez at the elbow. Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Lobbed up there for Lopez, and out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
Yeah, with no defensive pressure at all, you've got to be able to make that exchange.
And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
Yeah, the offense looked cohesive last night. Whatever challenge the opposition presented, they answered with confidence. Great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. Back to Holiday. Pass to Lopez. It's good. Lopez has got his second basket.
So smooth in the pick and roll. Lopez is fantastic at positioning himself in these sets.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's LeBron. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Nice, and you can't forget about the bunnies on Caldwell Pope. This guy is definitely looking to slam it down whenever he gets an opportunity.
Now here's Middleton. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia. Lopez finds Holiday. Lobbed up there for Lopez. And so Milwaukee again turning it over.
And see, Webb, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope changing his approach before last season. He knew he wouldn't need to take on as much of a scoring responsibility.
Yeah, and what a team player, GA. KCP rededicated himself to defense. He tries to do more with less touches now. And that's the mindset you need to have playing with stars going for a championship.
Now here's Harrell. Shoots over Tucker. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Clearly a foul.
This is his first free throw of the game. That's good from Harrell. And both free throws good for Harrell. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. DiVincenzo with it. Coming off a solid outing against Philadelphia.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
First trip to the line for him here.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
Good on the second free throw. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Lakers. 3-point lead. There's 1:17 left in the first quarter of the game. And he comes up with the deuce. 1:09 left to play in the first quarter. There's the lob to Portis. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
I mean, he's got a lot of smarts on the court, but Tucker doesn't need to think too much on that assist. He was wide open.
Here's Harrell. The shot that time, not on target. Great D that time from Portis. Here is Forbes. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Jones. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Harrell down low. Jones, no luck. Bucks trail by 3. Here's Forbes, and he hits it to tie the game up. Caruso, the pass to Kuzma. 2 on the clock. He takes it up and lays it in.
Awesome at keeping his balance. Sometimes guarding Kuzma is impossible for the defense.
At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Lakers lead by 2. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. We recently caught up with Drew Holiday, who talked
being able to go through adversity and come out.
And Greg, you feel like that pressure never really got to Holiday.
One of the toughest guards in the league, mentally and physically. He's a machine that just keeps on coming, no matter the circumstances.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
They've got P.J. Tucker. He's out there with Bobby Portis, and it's Forbes in a shooting guard. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second round.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide-open man.
Here's Horton Tucker. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Charlotte. And is Harrell missing?
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that anyway.
There's the lob to Portis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Takes a shot at the elbow. It's rebounded by Portis.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. Horton Tucker, the pass to Jones. Kuzma outside. Back to Jones. Right block shot. Tries again over Holiday. That's it, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Jones.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
And there's the foul. We'll go on Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Bucks. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. And Middleton subbed in for Bryn Forbes. The Lakers also with a sub. Antetokounmpo's checked in. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Caruso looking for an opening. Antetokounmpo kicks to Caruso. Back to Antetokounmpo. Kuzma passes to Harrell. Off target from three-point range. Bucks leading by 4. Here's Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Yeah, but when someone's open, Lopez will find using his height to see over the defense.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. The rebound by Middleton. On offense here, the Bucks. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. No good from outside. Lakers trail by 6. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That'll be his second foul of the game. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league. And there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Here's James following the basket by Giannis. Now here's LeBron. 37 points in the win against Charlotte.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. I mean, he kept everybody else in the loop. His passing was tremendous. He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Pass to Lopez. 1:09 left in the first half of basketball. Holiday dishes to Lopez. Back to Holiday. 6 to shoot. Giannis left side. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Antetokounmpo's got the lead up to 8 now for the Bucks. Now Schroeder. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The pass to James. Caldwell Pope right side, taken away by Holiday. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Floats it up for Giannis. It's stolen by Schroeder. LeBron with it. Now guarded by Middleton. James. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. The Lakers keeping it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Gasol kicks it over to Schroeder. Outside for Caldwell Pope.
Hard work on the boards. A lot of competition for that one, but he's got the lift to be the first one, too.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Eight seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Morris outside. Got it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to a competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams. And that
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
Checking out the group of Frank Vogel to start the second half. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Markieff Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the 1. Now here's Lopez. It's stolen by Morris. LeBron outside. The 11-footer. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to just 6 points and the bucket from Gasol.
Gasol has always shot a very high percentage on catch-and-shoot jumpers. You know, hit him with a good pass, he'll make the most of it.
Giannis inside. Working on Gasol. Lob pass to Gasol. Stolen by Middleton. Here's Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
Now here's Schroeder. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
You love how fierce James is, a ferocious dunk artiste.
Holiday, the pass to Middleton. Shoots the 3. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 5 assists tonight.
Oh, the feed off the bounce is in just the right spot.
Schroeder passes to Morris. Gasol kicks it over to Schroeder. DiVincenzo against Caldwell Pope. 5 to shoot. Schroeder outside. Over Holiday. Offensive rebound.
Well, that's their first shot of the half that hasn't found a mark. It's been a good start for them.
There's the lob, and Kumbo hammers the alley-oop through.
And if you're looking to make a big play with the pass, you've got to love Giannis. He's a big target on those alley-oop lobs.
Here's LeBron, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one is on Holiday. Lakers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, if you just look for a few minutes at Giannis Antetokounmpo on the court, you know why he's called the Greek Freak, but it's the drive that makes him an MVP. He said people try to make it complicated. Life is simple. You know what you want, go get it. Do what it takes every day and don't lie to yourself. Guys, I hope you understand I'm being truthful in all of these reports. Back to you.
Love the intensity. David, thank you.
Well, that's almost a sure thing when you leave him that wide open on the perimeter. I mean, that's his sweet spot.
Shoots from the block. Again, Los Angeles.
They found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
1:30 left in the 3rd. Here's Forbes, and the rejection by Harrell. LeBron with it. Picked up by Portis. Here's Kuzma. Shoots over Tucker. And it looks like, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Middleton. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn it.
Passes to Kuzma. He dishes it to Jones. Misses from close range. Bucks leading by 9. Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's Tucker. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Tucker's got his second bucket of the night.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Yeah, because it's so hard to prevent transition scores. Whenever you get an opportunity to get out and run, you take it.
Here's Caruso. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Banked in off the glass. And here's Holiday. Pass to Connaughton. Back to Holiday. From deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Milwaukee ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run it off.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3. Now here is Holiday. Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Kicks it down to Middleton. There's the lob at Antetokounmpo.
It may be the most bankable play in this offense. Antetokounmpo on the roll with the finish.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Pass to LeBron. The tray. And no good that time. And Milwaukee the other way now. Here's Holiday. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Bucks lead by 16.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
And you see how tough Gasol is. I mean, he has no issue with physical play.
Strange to see Marc Gasol shooting from outside. His game, Greg, wasn't always like it is now.
I mean, Gasol has added a 3 to his game in the last seasons with Memphis, and it was an immediate success. He became a functioning stretch 5. Early in his career, he was more likely to drag you to the block and just bruise you more than anything else.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. Middleton the pass to Lopez. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 3 assists in the game.
The main area of expertise for Lopez, I mean, he's excellent at finding ways to cash in from there.
Here's LeBron, and James throws it down.
One of the guys who only has one mode, I mean, aggressive and explosive presence at all times.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one,
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Now here's James.
Oh, powerful presence on the court. It's hard to match James' strength inside.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Bucks. A 3 ball. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Oh, that's just a lucky break for the D. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. Lopez kicks to Antetokounmpo. From past the arc. Good on the triple. Antetokounmpo's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
No good from LeBron.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax.
Oh! Where did that come from? It was beautiful.
Wow. Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
Lopez passes to Giannis. Outside Holiday. High post Lopez. Lock at 6. Giannis dishes to Lopez.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having...
Oh, he delivers that with
I can't
force.
believe it. I cannot believe that. And the way James dominates on the offensive end, making it look effortless tonight.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. And 1:01 left to play in the final quarter. Trying to get open is DiVincenzo. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
Holiday against Schroeder. James with it. LeBron.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it, and that's a shame.
Now here's Giannis. The shot by Middleton, wide open, but they get it back. Lopez finds DiVincenzo. Here's Middleton, trying to get open is Lopez. Shot's good by Middleton.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Markieff Morris is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And for the Nets, we've got DeAndre Jordan. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the shooting guard. You know, Steve, one thing you admire about LeBron, how he shapes a possession for his team. He'll create situations where he gets a mismatch or helps his teammate find one.
You know, Kevin, LeBron will use his high screens to just kind of shuffle defenders, make them think. Once he sees an opportunity, he'll pounce all over it. You can see him do this the most at the end of close games.
James misses. Caldwell Pope against Irving. Dishes it to Harden. Back to Irving. Puts one up from 19. That's good on the jump shot.
I mean, Kyrie, too pure of a shooter to let him catch and shoot with that much space.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. The drive by James. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now here's Durant. He's been an incredibly difficult matchup for all of their opponents, averaging 29 points a game. Yes, that goes in.
With his size, KD almost unstoppable from mid-range.
And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively.
Look out! Here he comes!
That was amazing, and look at the elevation. And this is how you fire up your teammates. LeBron with a 10 on that one.
Irving attacking, lays it up and banks it in. Irving's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Second chance shot. He can't get that one. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Durant in the corner. And here's Harris from the arc. It's rebounded by Schroeder. The Lakers trail. LeBron with it. Picked up by Harris. Got that bucket in no time at all. LeBron's got 6. Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it, and a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because of the goals you set, but I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, and maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are and you can win no matter where the venue.
And Gasol able to finish.
Marc Gasol does so many things. One of my favorite attributes, toughness and grit he brings to this team.
Harden dishes to Durant. Back to Harden. Pass to KD. To the middle. Gasol with the steal. Here we go. James heading to the hoop. And finished off by LeBron.
Excellent hands. Marc Gasol picks up more steals than you realize.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Harden against Schroeder. And the basket by Harden.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Schroeder looking over the floor. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive, and he banks in the layup.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Schroeder against Harden, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
as crafty as they come. Harden uses that tremendous body control to his advantage.
The Nets making a switch here. Griffin's checked in, and Los Angeles with some changes.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Caruso, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Shot clock at 5. Kuzma kicks to McKinney. From beyond the arc, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Johnson outside. There's the feed to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
I saw that one in Griffin's eyes. He was ready to throw that one down.
Kuzma outside. Kicks to Harrell. Lets the 3 fly. Tie game in Brooklyn. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a... And earlier we got a few words from Marc Gasol regarding his former teammate in Toronto.
The way he plays defensively, you know what his standard.
And of course, Gasol and Leonard won the championship together in 2019, largely, Greg, because of their ability to play defense and get stops.
And 2 former defensive players of the year on the same team, that's going to be your foundation. But both guys were tremendous at the other end as well, albeit in different ways.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Antetokounmpo out there with Harrell. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Caruso in at the 1 spot. Here's Griffin. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Griffin's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nets.
I like this about Blake Griffin. Puts constant pressure on the defense. Plays a very physical game.
There's the pass to Harrell. Here's Caruso. Johnson with the defensive effort. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Nets. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
Here's Claxton outside for Griffin. And finished off by Griffin.
Griffin is just fearless. I mean, a guy who is not scared of anything. That was ridiculous.
Kuzma outside. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Brooklyn making some changes. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Irving subbed in for Johnson. James checked in for Los Angeles. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Alex Caruso.
You need guys who are willing to make the next pass. Shamet doesn't rack up a lot of assists, but he's unselfish.
It's Schroeder with the drive. Count that bucket. Schroeder's got the game tied up here for the Lakers.
The defense cannot afford to give him an inch that close to the basket because he will burn you every time.
I mean, hard to fathom that Blake Griffin is becoming one of the more prolific three-point shooters among NBA big men.
Greg, it was a shot he barely attempted through his first 6 seasons in the league. Now he's made it a key part of his arsenal.
Pass to James. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 3 assists in the game. Outside Irving. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence
to drill the three. Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
1:32 left in the first half. Green finds Shamet. Griffin trying to get open, and it's Shamet missing.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
It's Schroeder with the drive. Here's Kuzma. He shoots again, and it's finished off by Schroeder as he lays it in. Schroeder's got 6 in the quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Now, here's Shamet. D right on him. Yep, that one goes in there. Shamet's got his second basket of the night. Lakers have gone 7-9 in their field goal attempts here in the second quarter. Pretty good offense. Schroeder dishes to James. And the dunk by James.
What's so impressive, the defense is trying to make adjustments, but LeBron's making even quicker reads.
On its way from Irving for 2. And James pulls it down.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Durant comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. James Harden, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Johnson in for Kyrie Irving. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for the Lakers. Outside, KD. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
LeBron's explosiveness right there. If you're not a step early, you're probably going to foul him.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Harden right side. 1 second left. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 13 points, 2. Thanks for joining.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been a clinic out there by James.
The burst he's had when going at the rim has been fantastic. A lot of strong finishes through 2 quarters.
His activity level has made an impact, and he is fearless.
We've got Durant. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Green in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Caldwell Pope. No dice from the high post.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
Durant misses off the right iron.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
LeBron passes to Morris. Kicks it out to James. And the Lakers with another miss.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Trying to find Irving. He's got it now. Harden outside. And they're unable to get the tying basket there.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And that's an intentional foul. Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Brown comes in for Irving. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Harrell's checked in. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. You look at James, what a contribution.
You know, he's been a one-man wrecking crew down low. His consistent scoring has dictated the pace of this game. We'll see if they decide to front him, bring a quick double, or maybe even both to try to slow him down.
Brooklyn making some changes. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. And it's Blake Griffin in for Kevin Durant. Kuzma outside. And again, the Lakers no good.
Missed 4 straight shots now. At one point, do you have to call a timeout and regroup?
And it's Brown missing. Los Angeles leading by 3. Morris outside. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Shoots from 12. Los Angeles with another miss. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. And they double up Brown for the tie. And James Harden good for 3. Harden's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that the three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Caruso, the pass to Kuzma. To stop the drought. Griffin trying to get open. Some solid defense from Harris.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
And the former Utah Ute, Kyle Kuzma, can play either forward spot. Has a good blend, Smitty, of size and speed.
Yes, Kevin, but right now I prefer him at the 4. The reason why, he can stretch the floor, but he can tack a lot of those big forwards. And his shooting, it will get consistent as the years go on.
Here's Caruso. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Caruso's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Harden right side. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Steve, one thing I always think of when I watch LeBron, how much fun it must be to be a teammate of his.
You know, Kevin, I wish I could have played with a guy like LeBron James. You get so many open looks and easy finishes with him on the court. One of the easiest superstars to play with, bar none.
The deep 3 from Irving. That 3 off the mark. Lakers trail by 3. James in the post. Griffin's there. Gasol's in the post. Missed inside. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run right now. It's Schroeder with the drive from outside the arc. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Schroeder. Gasol's got 5 now.
I mean, for a guy who shot almost no three-pointers over the first 8 years of his career, Gasol looks very comfortable out there.
Irving's shot is good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Caldwell Pope outside. He dishes it to Gasol. James right side. That's tipped. He got it up. No good on the last second attempt there. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Nets out in front. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Jones is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the 1.
It's not rocket science. At some point, the defense has to show more urgency getting back in transition.
And here is LeBron. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Kevin Durant.
And once LeBron gets the ball in the painted area, the force he plays with, it's hard not to foul him.
Brooklyn making some changes. DeAndre Jordan comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Harden in for Bruce Brown. The Lakers also with a sub. Kuzma's checked in. Irving kicks to Green. Irving surveying the floor. Just 5 on the clock. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Jordan's got the lead up to 5 now for the Nets.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. The drive by James and finished off by LeBron.
Great natural instincts of LeBron. Good decision maker on the pick and roll.
Outside Irving. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
From deep, James. Brooklyn with the rebound. Get to take on the Magic in Orlando after this one. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
Here's LeBron. Gasol. And Gasol able to finish.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. From deep, Harden. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Irving. Second shot opportunity. The putback. It's good on the putback.
You've got to hand it to DeAndre. His relentless approach on the boards, paying dividends.
James in the post. Guarded by KD. James against KD. And Durant sends it back. A nice shot by Gasol. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Harden outside. Jordan trying to free himself up. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Harden's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Nets. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Griffin's checked in for the Nets. Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. Morris is checked in for the Lakers. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Kyle Kuzma. 1:41 left in the 4th quarter. Harden outside. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 7-point differential.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Durant's checked in for Harris. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Irving.
One of the league's great competitors. The second LeBron catches the ball, you can see he's looking to rise to the occasion.
Outside for Jordan. Here's KD. And then jammed down as he goes right over Markieff Morris.
One more for the highlight reel. KD with the skyscraper.
LeBron outside. Drains the three-pointer. James has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Your go-to guy in these situations. LeBron has been here before plenty of times.
Now, here is Harden.
Using his height and length there to prevent the second chance opportunity.
And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. Schroeder against Harden. It's good. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Durant with it. In the corner. Harden, clock at 4. It's rebounded by Schroeder. Timeout called the Lakers. They're trailing by 2. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, James Harden.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Kyrie never losing his composure. He is deadly in the clutch.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony. The bronze likeness of Lakers great. And
hey, Kevin.
There's been a transformation here in L.A. There is no doubt about that. D.A., thank you. And now the Lakers starting group. Here we go. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the 1. And for the Clippers, we've got Williams. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the shooting guard. Fast break. The Lakers. LeBron leading the charge. Basket good.
All right, the coaches are going to ask you to stay in front of LeBron James, but seriously, you want to get in front of that?
Caldwell Pope against George. And here are the Lakers.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George. Well, you got to try to keep LeBron away from the post as much as possible. That time, too deep, turns around, and gets the dunk.
Rejected by Gasol. And now James pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. George against Caldwell Pope. George with the bucket.
Well, you'd like to push Paul George out of the paint if possible. Goes into his bag of tricks to score that time.
Schroeder passes to LeBron. Back to Schroeder. Over Williams. It's good from Schroeder on the assist by LeBron.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
George looking over the floor. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Some solid defense from Gasol.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
LeBron with it. Leonard picks him up. It's good.
And getting out in transition has been a big part of this run that they're on.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for George. Lakers shooting their first free throw of the night. You always see it, these players, Greg, looking rejuvenated after the All-Star week. Does that short period of rest really make that kind of difference?
I think sometimes mentally more than physically. It's kind of an opportunity to hit the reset button and prepare yourself for the stretch run. And listen, that season is so long. And because guys train year-round now, to get that mini break, if you will, I think can work wonders for guys as they get ready to make that home stretch push.
Seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Williams gets the bucket.
Well, even when you get physical with Lou Williams, he'll use that against you. Keeps his balance that time.
Here are the Lakers. They're on a 13-4 run. Williams against Schroeder. And the rejection by Zubats. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Well, he's just gifted with the basketball, and that includes making plays. Lou Williams spotting a man that time.
James against Leonard. And that one's good by LeBron. James has got 13 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Williams. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Although he's a little bit smaller, Lou Williams does not deter himself from getting inside and scoring over the top of the trees.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That is his first foul of the game. 1:24 left here in the opening quarter. Morris outside. LeBron James on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kuzma can't get it to go.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Leonard with the bucket.
So money on the catch and shoot. I don't know what the defense is doing there, giving Kawhi that shot.
Here's James. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Pass to Schroeder. The 3. And the Lakers with another miss. Clippers trail by 5. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And the Lakers also making a change. Caruso's checked in. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
I thought they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
Well, the great thing about watching that game was that we saw it through their offense, and they showed a few different looks that they settled into and played well.
Here's Jackson following the basket by LeBron James. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Damian Jones is checked in for the Lakers. Up top, Batum, covered by Morris. A shot by Batum, no good. Horton Tucker, the pass to Morris. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Kuzma, that's good. Outside Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. Well, Greg, we know he's already a solid scorer, but Kyle Kuzma...
Biggest area of growth would definitely be...
Now, having played with superstars, Kuzma is learning what it takes to win.
He's getting only so many shots per game, so I applaud him for finding other ways to contribute to his team with an eye toward the greater goal.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Clippers right now, Batum is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the point.
Well, an accurate three-point shooter. Paul George can get it going from distance.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Jones. Inside. The rebound by Patterson. Clippers trail by 4. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch, I agree. Here's man following the basket by LeBron James. Passes it to Batum. Here's man, back to Batum, and here's George for 3. Morris with the rebound. And here we go, LeBron heading to the hoop. And the jumper off target to finish the break. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's George, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. George has got 13. Lakers have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Horton Tucker, the pass to James. LeBron is doubled. Out to the right wing. Lakers passing it around. And James throws it down.
LeBron putting the ball down on the deck. You just can't stop him when he goes straight to the rim.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. LeBron against George. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
That's more like it, rounding into form after a very, very difficult first quarter.
It's LeBron with the drive, and the dunk by James.
LeBron staying on the attack here. He knows when he can take over the game. It's whenever he wants to.
And then George with the jam.
Paul George dunk contest? He's maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
Here's LeBron, and it's blocked. And then Jones with the jam. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Kicks it to George. For 3. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Tips it up, and the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Count that one. He's got 6.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to Gasol. Launches it. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Such an effective combo guard. We all know that Lou Williams can score, but once he gets going, he'll set a teammate up too.
Here's LeBron. 37 points in the win against Charlotte.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist total show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
When you talk to opposing coaches and how they scheme for LeBron James, the amazing thing is they talk about how he sees every facet of the game, not just what he needs to run, but how it is that he can make it difficult for opposing offenses.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And the dunk by Jackson.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's buddies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
The Lakers have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. Leonard with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. And the pass to Zubac. And the wide open shot for Morris. And so it's LeBron James. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Jones. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 24 points. And that...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Checking out the group of Frank Vogel to start the second half. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marcus Gasol is out there with Harrell, and it's Schroeder in at the point guard. Leonard, no luck.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Outside, George. They get it back. Zubac misses the layup.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
No good from Gasol. Clippers trail by 4. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. And the Clippers making a switch here. Patterson's checked in, and the Lakers also making a change. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for James. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Now here's Schroeder, and you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average, and he gets the bucket.
Schroeder continuing to build his confidence, shooting the ball from the perimeter. I'd like to see him square up and sink those J's.
Here's George. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Caldwell Pope finds Schroeder. Pass to Gasol. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That is his first foul of the game. Jackson, he's checked in for Lou Williams. The Lakers making a switch here. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Here's Horton Tucker. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. Horton Tucker's got his first points of the night. Clippers trail by 6. Jackson kicks to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And so little can be done to stop that. Leonard with the jets to screen down the lane, then tops it off with the thunder finish.
Here's Caruso. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Kuzma outside. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home.
And that's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Caruso, no good. The Clippers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George. Morris has got the game tied up here for the Clippers. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
George passes to Patterson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And George, here we go. Shot clock at 6. For the lead. A rebound by the Lakers. They've led by as many as 11 points. For 3, Caldwell Pope. No good that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And here's George for 3. That one, no good.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. The Lakers also making some changes. Jones checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and James subbed in for Alex Caruso. Here's Leonard, lays it up off the glass. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Here's James. He's got 27 and finished off by LeBron.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Leonard kicks to Morris for the lead. It's hauled in by LeBron. LeBron's got his 5th rebound in this one. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Patrick Patterson.
Got to be careful once LeBron breaks the seal of the free throw line. There's a lot of power and a lot of muscle coming at you. Usually it ends up with free throws.
11 seconds left here in the third quarter. Jackson passes to Patterson. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. And no good on the last second attempt this time.
Harold with a solid job out there, just being a pest on the
and the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Lakers lead by 3. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Lou Williams out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Schroeder following the score by Lou Williams. And there it is for him.
Whenever Schroeder sees a hole in the defense, he is ferocious in how he exploits it.
Leonard on the wing over LeBron. And it's Leonard missing.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
Yep, it counts. And now a 5-point Laker lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range. Not pretty. You've just got to shake off a miss like that.
The Lakers shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Passes it to Harrell. Williams with the steal. And now Batum pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the rejection by Harrell. Schroeder outside. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. James outside. Just 4 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by Williams. Clippers trail by 5. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Hill, and he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Now here's Jackson. And it's good for 2.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Schroeder against Jackson. Schroeder dishes to James. Six to shoot. Feeds to Gasol. And Gasol slams it in.
Well, there's no way that LeBron James is not going to come in and dictate the tempo of this game. Just keeps his eyes up and drops a nice dime there.
Now, here's George. A rebound by the Lakers. Gasol's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Count it, good. Now it's a 7-point Laker lead.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage. Paul George stepping up big time.
And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They've led by as many as 11 points. Pass to James. And finished off by LeBron.
You see LeBron just shrug off that contact there. It's like nothing even hit him.
So for the Clippers, Kevin Gelly's checked in. And it's Luke Kennard in for Reggie Jackson. Morris is checked in for the Lakers. George with the ball. Gasol covering.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
1:33 left here in the 4th quarter. Morris outside. He feeds it to Gasol. Crafty move, and that one good. Gasol's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, just showing off that strength in that upper body. Gasol is able to overpower the defender inside.
And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That is his 1st foul of the game. It's stolen by Morris. Lakers leading by 8. Schroeder outside. Taken away. Here's the break. George with the ball. He's picked up by James. Mann passes to George. Morris with the block. Now here's Schroeder. Outside Gasol. Schroeder kicks to Morris. The kick out to LeBron. Excellent D there from George. They can score it here, but it won't mean much.
Kevin, turn out the lights. This party's over.
It might be.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
James finds Caldwell-Pope. Back to LeBron. Caldwell-Pope feeling it out a bit. Nobody near Schroeder. The Lakers rebound. That one misses. And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 5. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I'm going to use the cliche here. You can't take your timeouts with you, so they're going to use it.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And guys, no doubt who our pick is going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
The potential Schroeder has is pretty exciting. Such a lightning-quick point guard. Ooh, I think that's a wrap, and I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
Yeah, this is the classic too little, too late. The effort coming and not enough time for them to get back in it.
And so the Lakers take the win. They seem to relish. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the center. And for Los Angeles, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, And it's Schroeder in at the guard position. Middleton inside the three-point line, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Middleton is simply a very versatile and dangerous offensive player. He's clever at using the pull-up jumper in the right spots to balance out his shot-making repertoire.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. There's the dish to Antetokounmpo. Trying to get open is DiVincenzo. A beautiful reverse layup. And here at the midway point of the year, lots of guys banged up, Clark. Is it hard to decide when to play through and then maybe not to play, when to sit?
Yeah, you know, that's a good question, Kevin. And a lot of times it's about pain tolerance, the severity of the injury. Is it something that you can play with that won't linger on and you don't have the possibility of further injury? Those are the factors that go into playing hurt or playing in pain.
Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. Morris with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look and a miss there on the triple. And so Giannis will bring it up for Milwaukee. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
And, you know, those are the kind of games that sting and that bad taste lingers. Knowing you were in it, but not coming through down the stretch, those are hard to get over sometimes.
Now DiVincenzo after LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. Antetokounmpo against Gasol. Lopez kicks to Middleton, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers. The Bucks also with the sub. Tucker's checked in, and the Lakers making a change here. To the paint. The second chance effort. It's blocked.
A rare rejection that time from Tucker. Using that long reach, though, and times it perfectly.
Middleton right side. There's the lob at Antetokounmpo. It's stolen by Schroeder. Here's Horton Tucker. Great D that time from Middleton.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it. Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
LeBron, he's checked in for the Lakers. The Bucks also changing it up. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo.
You know, since entering the league at age 18, Antetokounmpo has really grown. The Greek Freak, now one of the league's premier talents, no doubt.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Tucker finds Antetokounmpo. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
P.J. Tucker always active on the boards and doesn't give the defense a chance to box him out.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Giannis against Harrell. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And here's Tucker. Here's Forbes. The offensive rebound. And Antetokounmpo on the follow.
You know, Antetokounmpo, for all of his skills and talent, he's a worker. This guy likes to grind and takes a lot of pride in outworking people on the board.
Here's Caruso. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter. The pass to Connaughton. Outside Holiday. Feeds it to Antetokounmpo. Now here's Tucker, guarded by Kuzma. 3 on the clock. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Bucks lead by 4. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And when asked to...
I know if I put the work in, maybe.
And, Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Bucks.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, P.J. Tucker is out there with Bobby Portis. And it's Connaughton in at the small forward position.
Yeah, they call him the freight train. LeBron James, when he's coming down the court like that, good luck trying to stop him.
Pass to Tucker. Here's Connaughton. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Good. Portis has got the lead back up to 6 now for Milwaukee.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Bucks shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Forbes, the pass to Portis. Back to Forbes. There's the lob to Portis.
Boy, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes, spotting the wide open man and dropping the dime.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with the King. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Fires the 3. No good on the shot. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this. And that game closes up. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
From about 16, Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Caldwell Pope. Forbes with the rebound.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Here's Tucker over Jones. And Jones sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Antetokounmpo passes to Portis. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Lakers trail by 8. Here's Caldwell Pope. Caruso. Forbes with the rebound. Bucks have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Here's Tucker. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around, and the Bucks miss again. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles.
Hey, now watch out when Caldwell Pope is on the attack. He penetrates inside fast.
So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And it was one of those games where it was just hard to get anything going. And you could see frustrations emerge.
And you know what? Even though it was a frustrating night shooting the ball, they found a way to get it done and pulled it out. And a win's a win, and that ultimately is all that matters.
Jones, no luck. Bucks leading by 8. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Horton Tucker with the rebound.
You know, that's not a great matchup, guys. He forced it against outstanding defense.
And the wide open shot from Morris. Forbes with the rebound.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
It's Portis, high post. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 6 rebounds in the game. And an intentional foul right there. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Marc Gasol is checked in for Jones. Harrell comes in for Morris. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. But they'll get another chance. Schroeder kicks to Gasol. Down low. Harrell dishes to Gasol. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Horton Tucker. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Here's Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
And Antetokounmpo is just a blur. I mean, I don't know how a 7-foot guy with that wingspan and all legs and arms can be a blur, but man, he's like a lightning bolt when he gets room to roll to the basket. Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Giannis, that's a 2-pointer. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to a competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. The largest lead they had was 6.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Bobby Portis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the... Whoa! What a finish!
Good. Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel. James is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. Back to Holiday. To the inside. Gasol with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. LeBron leading the charge.
You know, it would be fun to tabulate how many of LeBron's career points have come on the break. I would just venture to guess he's had a bunch of them.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. The Lakers with the rebound. Morris has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And it's James missing. Milwaukee leading by 6. Antetokounmpo dishes to Lopez. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Lopez has got his first points in this one. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And I tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game. He's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. And he uses the glass on the layup. Lopez has got 4 points this quarter.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Signature bucket for him on that possession. They can get themselves in front quickly with a few more like that.
And Giannis gets it to go.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And the dunk by Giannis.
I absolutely love how Antetokounmpo just has a winning mindset. Consistently, this guy is looking to go all the way to the basket. Has to be devastating trying to stop this guy if you're on defense.
There you go. I mean, this is the time to get aggressive. I mean, they need to keep feeding him the basketball.
Knocked away. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
And go figure is right. James kicks to Harrell. And James throws it down.
Well, he's fantastic at playing to his strengths. Doesn't get outside of himself. I mean, when he's scoring at an efficient clip like that, he's hard to stop.
Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. The Bucks working the ball around. Back to Giannis. Right wing. Middleton outside. Clock at 6. And another basket for Milwaukee.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And, you know, guys, that kind of offensive efficiency really keeps a lot of pressure on the opponent, and that's part of why the lead is what it is.
Morris is checked in for Harrell. And then for Milwaukee, Portis, who's checked in for Lopez. And it's P.J. Tucker in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Great positioning on the putback.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Portis drives in. And Gasol sends it back.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
Back to Morris. It's his first trip to the line.
And with the free throw percentage hovering around 70, he knows he has to bring that up.
I think it's been a struggle for him at the line. He's been scuffling this season. I mean, he's pretty well below the percentage that he shot a season ago, and not quite sure why.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
It actually almost makes it a little more special. Grace over power is how I would look at it.
Nice shot by James.
Yeah, the first half was one to deep 6 or forget, but in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
DiVincenzo passes to Portis, and Portis throws it down.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
And here's Morris for 3. No good that time. The Bucks go the other way with it. They host the Spurs after this one. And that will be the first game of 5 straight at home.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's LeBron, and LeBron throws it down hard.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
A 3 for DiVincenzo. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Right back after this break. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a two guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter. So it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter, Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Holiday. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Connaughton in at the three slot.
Rhythm and timing so important in the game of hoops. Middleton using both on that pull-up jumper.
Here's James. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Middleton. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo comes in for Pat Connaughton. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Milwaukee. This is the most they've led by 13 points. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game. And the Lakers making a change here. McKinney's checked in. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. Holiday finds Portis over Harrell. Portis can't get it to go. Lakers shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Passes it to Caruso. Harrell trying to free himself up, and the layup's good off the glass.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Portis, the pass to Holiday. Antetokounmpo kicks to Holiday. And there's the foul. We'll go on Alex Caruso. That's foul number 2 for him. A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Gasol covering, and Portis throws it down.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
The drive by LeBron. Kicks it out to Schroeder from the arc. Kept alive. And Gasol able to finish.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Outside Portis. And stolen by James. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
Free throw good, James.
And, you know, when you've played over a decade and a half in the league, it's expected that you're going to slow down, but LeBron still going strong.
Down low, Gasol with the steal. LeBron against DiVincenzo. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from LeBron. Bucks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Giannis high post. He's against Morris, and that one drops. Giannis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
Here's James, and LeBron throws it down.
You know, guys, that's what he does. He just loves to play that kind of attacking basketball.
Giannis outside. Here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
And what a special player Antetokounmpo is, sharing the sugar there. The vision he showed, nice job finding the open man.
you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's James, and James throws it down hard.
You know, really impossible to know what James is thinking in advance. I mean, especially in these sets.
Giannis kicks to DiVincenzo. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And Middleton with the block. Here's Morris. Kicks it out to James. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. LeBron's got 29.
I love how quick he makes decisions. I mean, if a shot is there for him, LeBron is not going to think twice or hesitate. He'll let it fly.
Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And now just a 4-point Milwaukee lead.
Elevating his aggressiveness and level of play in moments like this. LeBron, as clutch as they come.
Here's Giannis. Count it.
And in addition to his great talent, Antetokounmpo has the reputation of being an outstanding leader as well. He's a clutch player who demands the ball in these situations. You love that.
Good. And now they trail by just 4.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Kicks it down to Middleton. Outside, out of the Kumbo. Pass to Holiday. Antetokounmpo looking it over. 5 on the clock. Holiday the pass to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
This dude, folks, has ice in his veins when the game is tight. Kentavious Caldwell Pope.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Good!
Major dominance in it. Comes so easily for him. Fantastic at getting to his spots on the floor.
And Frank Vogel wants a timeout. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot, though.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
And so the Bucks take the win. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting Hello and thanks for joining us. Anoche. So the Nets starting 5. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Brown. Then there's Irving. And it's Durant. And it's Harden in at the 1. And for Los Angeles, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Montrezl Harrell. And it's Schroeder in at the point guard. Pass to Harrell. Back to Caldwell Pope, and he goes in for the dunk.
Nice, and you can't forget about the bunnies on Caldwell Pope. I mean, this guy is definitely looking to slam it down whenever he gets an opportunity.
Now, here is Irving. All sorts of time. Jordan, it's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against Indiana. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Brown. James in the post, defended by Durant. Outside Irving. No good on the 3. And Schroeder's got the ball here for Los Angeles. And there's the pass to Harrell. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. No one near James as he lets it go. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. From the stripe, and Irving with the basket on the assist by Jordan. And at the midway point, what stands out, Chris, to you about this phase of the regular season?
Well, Kevin, it's always that the standings have pretty much solidified the favorites and cellar dwellers, and this is where a front office will take a hard look at their roster and look to make some moves as well. And the cold start gets a little colder. Just 1 for 4 to start the game.
Griffin passes to KD. Gasol with the steal. And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way and finished off by LeBron.
Sensational speed from James, a force of nature in the open court with his combination of quickness and athleticism.
Harden against Schroeder. Jordan kicks to Harden. A three-pointer off the mark. The Lakers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. LeBron outside. Passes it to Caldwell Pope. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Morris passes to Kuzma. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Schroeder. The putback, can't throw down the putback. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Well, it's such a boost. I mean, not something you want to have to count on every night, but you can tell how much they trust their reserves.
And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And last season, we saw teams double and trap James Harden more than any other player in the league. As soon as he crossed half court, they did not want the ball in his hands.
Now, here's Kuzma. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Charlotte. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Jones checked in for Kyle Kuzma, and LeBron subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Shamet the pass to Green. They need this one, and he lays it up and in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Here's Caruso. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Los Angeles with another miss.
Oh, the defense with no impact at all. Just didn't have the feel for his jump shot.
Green, the pass to Shamet. Here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff. Here's LeBron, and the dunk by James.
I guess he didn't appreciate getting scored on that last strip.
I guess not. He threw it down right on top of him. Now, here's Shamet. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Here's LeBron. Whoa, what a finish!
Run that back. I want to see the replay now. James simply one of the best dunkers in NBA history, I have to say. Highly creative in how he throws it down.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam.
The defense was way too soft. Somebody get out there and get tough.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina. Specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And from Brooklyn, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So the Lakers 5 right now. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Antetokounmpo out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Caruso in at the point guard position. James. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
Lakers working the ball around now. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Great D that time from Green. Oh, and the jam by Durant.
The phenomenal athleticism from Durant. Man, he's just a tenacious dunker who spikes it in.
Here's James, and LeBron throws it down.
So many of his points have come from within inches of the bucket. I mean, he lives to attack the rim.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Here's Llewellyn. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
The wide open look for Durant. No good on the triple.
Well, D forgets about him on the perimeter. They're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here.
Nets leading by 4. Shamet kicks to KD. And that one, good. Durant's got 6.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's James, and he slams it down right on top of Kevin Durant.
All James needs is just a little room. You got to go over the pick every time, or else he's probably going to burn.
Shamet the pass to Claxton. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. James looking around. The three-pointer no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Durant, LeBron with the block.
Love watching James dominate on defense. An impressive rejection artist.
No good from Gasol. The Nets with the lead. 1:27 left in the first half of the game. The drive by Green. Can't hit that one. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma comes in for James. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. Gasol against Jordan. It's stolen by Brown. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Chalk up 2 there. Irving's got the lead up to 8 now for Brooklyn.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
On the top of the key. And it's Schroeder missing.
Oh, you expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Wasted no time on that one. And the Nets lead by 10.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Schroeder kicks to Gasol. Shoots over Griffin. It's Gasol missing. For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter.
That's a great dunk. Freakish athletically.
Wow.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
With confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. Schroeder against Irving.
Amazing confidence from Irving. He's so skilled at getting inside and getting the shot he wants.
To end the run. The shot, no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's something that happens to every team.
30.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They were never able to get the lead above 4. Well, that's all for now.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at James, what a contribution.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Brown. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's KD in at the 3. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. And stolen by James. Schroeder with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
The kick out to Irving. 6 to shoot. The 15-footer, and Harden with the basket on the assist by Irving. Harden's got his second bucket of the night.
We all marvel at the offensive game of Harden, don't we? I mean, he's excellent at taking advantage of these in-between spots on the floor.
Jones finds James. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here is Harden, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. This one for three. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this. That will complete this four-game homestand.
And James shows no mercy on his drives to the rim. Vicious at penetrating inside.
KD against LeBron. A nice shot by KD. Durant's got 8.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Here's James, and LeBron throws it down.
The way James dominates on the offensive end, making it look effortless tonight.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. It's Harden with the drive, and the jam by Harden.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's James. He kicks to Harris. Lays it up off the glass.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
DA, thank you. Lakers trail by 10. Tips it, and Schroeder stays with it. Schroeder's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Harden with it. 6 points for him. The dish to Green. Horton Tucker with the rebound.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Count that one, and the Nets lead has been cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Jones.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
Harden dishes to Irving, and he uses the glass on the layup. That's now 8 points for Kyrie Irving.
Well, when you draw this much attention from the D, you know someone's bound to be left open, and Harden finds it.
Here's LeBron, and James throws it down.
He knows now is the time to do what he does best. Go on the attack, gets the bucket, and erase the lead.
Harden outside to the middle, and Jones sends it back. But they recover it. Back to Irving. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Irving's got 10.
Look at that. No hesitation at all from Irving. He's looking to score as soon as he touches the rock.
From deep, James. No good. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Nets lead by 8. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Put the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. We've got Markieff Morris. He's out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Caruso in at the point. That's the Laker 5. Now Shamet. The rebound by Gasol. It's Kuzma penetrating, and Kuzma slams it in.
What a take there. When you present these opportunities to Kuzma, he's going to torch you for that mistake.
Harris looking it over. An easy 2 points on the layup. Harris has got his first basket.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Caruso, the pass to Horton Tucker. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Here's Caruso. Rebound, Brooklyn. They've led by as many as 14 points. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. And that'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defender.
Here's Caruso. He's covered by Shamet. And that one's good, Caruso.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Kuzma against Harris. Puts up a 3. Horton Tucker with the rebound. Lakers trail by 6. Here's Caruso. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Out to Morris. Fires the 3. But they get it back. No good. Shot missing. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Here's Shamet. Morris with the rebound. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And the Lakers making a change here. James is checked in. Kevin Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. It's stolen by Harris. In transition, here come the Nets. Takes it up with both hands and rips it. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. The challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Green, the pass to Irving. Count the basket. And the Nets lead by 8.
Lighting up the scoreboard all night. I mean, Irving showing the versatility and his persistence.
Feeds to Gasol. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
Irving looking for an opening. Kicks it out to Harden. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Green. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
For as many points as he scores, Harden's still a great teammate thanks to his passing.
From deep, LeBron drills the three-pointer. LeBron's got 25 points.
I love how James takes hold of these possessions. When his team needs a basket, he steps up to the plate.
Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Oh my goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Yeah, it's quite unlikely, but we've seen crazy things happen.
Here's Gasol. LeBron passes to Horton Tucker. Kicks to Gasol. LeBron against KD. From deep. Rebounded by the Nets. Oh, and here comes Kevin Durant all alone. And the rejection by James. KD against LeBron. Back to Harden. There's the triple. Bangs home the trifecta.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this one.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him. But again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself.
Harden against Morris. Harden, no good. And here is LeBron. And the dunk by James.
Oh, you got to love the poise of James, a master at executing in clutch situations.
So it's the Nets picking up the win. Thank you, David. Great.
I'm the 2K MC, and if you haven't heard about the upcoming events in the neighborhood, well, this is your chance. This weekend, check out Court Conqueror. Win 4 games in a row in this 3-on-3 event for a chance to win some fun prizes. On Wednesday, earn
Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Paul George.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
And the Clippers starting 5. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Batum in at the 4. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the point guard position.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Here's Leonard, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
I love it, Kawhi. When you have skills from the mid-range, you don't need to force anything.
The drive by James, and James throws it down.
And he's not going to pass up on chances like that. Even with just a sliver of daylight, he can get to the rim.
And George gets it to go.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
And it's LeBron missing. The Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. George passes to Batum. Jackson kicks to George. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got 5.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Schroeder against Jackson, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
I agree. And here is James after Paul George getting his 3 to go. And the rejection by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
George against Caldwell Pope. 3-pointer. They grabbed their own miss. Lakers have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. James, and the dunk by James.
Not much anyone can do to stop that. LeBron flexing at the rack.
George against Caldwell Pope. 2 free throws coming. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's James against Charlotte. He was really on his game.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
And it's the Lakers on the break. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and two-shot. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Zubac is checked in for Patterson.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for George. Averaging 23 points per game, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds.
To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
See that time from Leonard. Clippers leading by 10. Oh, Leonard in position. The kick out to Williams. Clippers moving the ball around. George, that's a two-pointer. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. 14 points for Paul George.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Jones got it. Good job in the low post.
Beautiful pass. LeBron, fun to watch. Intelligent, outstanding read.
George way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. George has got 17. Timeout called the Lakers. Paul George really making a difference here.
Yeah, he's just torching them right now. A good decision to huddle up, kind of hit the reset button and figure out how to slow his roll.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for James. Lakers trail by 13. 34 seconds left to play here in the first.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. And a deep three from George. Kuzma pulls it in. The Los Angeles Clippers, they come into this one following a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. Horton Tucker's shot is off. Outside Leonard. The three from George. No good there. It could go. He can't get it to go. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers holding on to an 11-point cushion. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And quite a position here for the Clippers to be in. What do you think, guys?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
And you can see it's already having an impact. It can cause shooters to think twice.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the point.
You can't give a steamroller like LeBron that kind of opening. He'll bury you every time.
In the corner, George with it. And George with the stuff.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. The drive. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Add that one to LeBron's highlight reel. How about the creativity in midair?
Jones against George. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
LeBron with it. 10 points for him. And the dunk by James.
LeBron is having himself a game. Staying aggressive, playing with a lot of force.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? And here's LeBron outside. The Lakers keeping it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
This is Montrezl Harrell, strong offensive rebounder with the skill to make good on the second chance.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
And the energy of a guy like Montrezl Harrell can rub off on the entire team.
Yes, it can. GA, he plays with a high motor, generates steals, blocks, and deflections. He's active all over the court, and now we're seeing it on the offensive end as well.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA continues to build international academies to develop prospects from other countries. Already, academy graduates are playing Division I college basketball. And before long, NBA players should start emerging from that pipeline. The league continues to reach out to find overlooked youngsters who have a gift and give them the opportunity. Guys?
Outstanding, David. Thank you. Here's Oturu, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Terrible shot selection, but you've got to appreciate his confidence.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Oh, that's offensive interference. Clippers leading by 13. Here's Mann. No points in the game yet for him. He kicks to Morris. 1:24 left to play here in the half. Clock at 6. But he gets it back. Passes it to Mann. Goes back up. Here's Oturu. Now the Lakers on the break. Morris with the ball. And Kuzma slams it in.
This is what you like to see. Kuzma not selling for something along the perimeter. In fact, just the opposite.
Here's Mann. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's Oturu. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Oturu's got 4 points this quarter.
This is basketball 101. This is the size mismatch you look to create.
It's Schroeder with the drive. Stolen. Morris with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Leonard against Schroeder. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Pushing the action. Always working for the best shot. Nice drive by Kawhi.
Schroeder surveying the floor. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Both shots good from the stripe.
And you know, Dennis Schroeder, from the moment he came into the league, showed tremendous confidence. He's never been the type to back down.
Now Williams. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh my. I mean, that nearly brought the backboard down with that slam.
Well, don't you think, Ray, that's always a possibility when he's the one to finish?
No doubt.
Fellas, that was ruthless.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to an outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 23 points and that's going to do it.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
The burst he's had when going at the rim has been fantastic. A lot of strong finishes through 2 quarters.
His activity level has made an impact, and he is fearless.
Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point. That's the Laker 5.
Marc Gasol does so many things. One of my favorite attributes, toughness and grit he brings to this team.
Outside, George. The rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And James throws it down.
With capacity at 7-1 to just survey the floor, you're not going to impede Gasol's vision.
Here's George, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. They get Marc Gasol.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That free throw good from George. Great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that.
No, we don't do that.
And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Lakers trail by 13. Here's LeBron, and finished off by LeBron.
There you go. I mean, this is the time to get aggressive. I mean, they need to keep feeding him the basketball.
And here's George. 27 points for him. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. Well, what a boost this group has given their teams in the second half of the season with excellent rebounding from the small forward position. LeBron James, #1, and of course, Kawhi Leonard.
And maybe they're not the biggest or strongest players in the front court, but that hasn't limited their ability to get in there and mix it up and come up with a lot of rebounds night in and night out.
This group, they all play big, and the numbers they're able to put up on the glass makes them so valuable.
Gasol kicks to LeBron. And the dunk by James.
His team hasn't picked up the slack, but he's doing everything he can do to win this game for them.
Outside, George. A rebound by the Lakers. And it's Schroeder missing.
There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
Oh,
okay. Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
From deep three-point range, the Clippers keep it alive. He's off on that one. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Lakers. They trail by 11. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Lakers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game right here.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Damian Jones is checked in for Gasol. Antetokounmpo comes in for Montrezl Harrell. Matthews, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. Lakers have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Caruso, the pass to Jones. And Jones slams it home.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. .102 left in the third quarter of the game. Williams, that's good.
This is who Lou Williams is in a nutshell. An excellent shooter off the catch.
Lakers trail by 11. No one near James as he lets it go. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Leonard with no one around. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Leonard's got 12 in the game. Here's James. They get the rebound. The shot missing. Clippers leading by 13. And here's Leonard from three. Caruso grabs the miss. Lakers have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far. Just above 50%.
Shots are just flowing him right now, having a really strong quarter.
The Lakers have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And to think LeBron in high school was recruited by some D1 colleges to play wide receiver. Boy, what a downfield target he would have been.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Leonard, and he converts the layup. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Here's Caruso. Takes a three. Up again, offline. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers enjoying a 12-point lead. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Clippers leading by 12. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's man in at the one. James outside. No good on that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Got a piece of it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
And always a bit of risk on those long passes. Lucky the D couldn't come up with it there.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Here's man. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's Zubac. Nails the baby hook. And the Clippers lead by 16.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's Schroeder. He kicks it to Morris. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Offline with his three. Clippers shooting nearly 70% from the floor. They are putting on a clinic offensively. Morris with the bucket.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
They built up this huge league with great play at both ends. They're going to love watching film tomorrow.
And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Launches a three. And James pulls it down. James has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. And the wide open shot from Morris. And again, the Lakers no good. Clippers leading by 19. And here's Leonard from three. Rebound the Lakers. LeBron's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And there's Caldwell Pope. That's good on the assist by LeBron. Caldwell Pope's got his first points of the game. Here's man. That's a great dunk.
Freakish.
Yes.
Athletically.
Unbelievable play.
Wow.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. James. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Morris looking over the floor. There's the three. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Man passes to Leonard. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. And the Clippers lead by 20. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Great natural instincts of LeBron. Good decision maker on the pick and roll.
And so they foul intentionally. Well, players now, Steve, seem to have a lot more power to demand a trade. Talk about what that does for the future of small market teams.
You know, Kevin, I think let's be honest. It makes it tougher for the small market teams. The one solution, I think, is if you have a team that is very close-knit, if you get the right superstar and he's happy, if you have a chance to maybe win a championship, that keeps those stars in place.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Clippers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27. And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for George.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
Schroeder dishes to Caldwell Pope. James has a two-pointer. It's hauled in by the Clippers. George looking over the floor. Nailed from three-point land. George has got 32 points.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
When LeBron hits from range, it can help stretch the D and open up more driving lanes.
Outside, George from deep three-point range. So the Clippers winning this one easily. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.